And hello once again, everybody. This is Splattercat, and welcome back to the next episode of our Let's Play of Don't Starve. Now, I did skip a day here. You'll notice that it is not day 7 as it's supposed to be. We're moving into day 8. I actually skipped one day just traveling all the way back to our camp, and today we're going to get some of our planting done. I'm going to go over how some of that works. We're going to need to do some fertilization, and I just remembered I didn't talk to you about why you want this fire pit here. And so while I'm sitting here in the darkness waiting for the daylight, you want a fire pit because it doesn't spread fire to objects in other areas. The basic campfire will actually burn everything around it if you get it up built too high. Now the fire pit has this nice little stone enclosure. Can't happen. It's completely safe. Also, our little crops did, as I said, as I was running around basically, as I was running to and fro last episode, I was talking about how the turbo farm plots would probably sprout while we were gone. I was right. They did. We got a carrot and a berry. Our traps have been sprung. And so I'm going to go ahead and just reset the trap here. And now you'll see this this didn't used to be the case. Now, back in the day, when you caught rabbits, it just gave them to you as meat. Now you have a little bit of a situation where you can tell the other rabbits, look, I've got 2 of your friends in my pocket here. I'm holding them hostage. Like, give me all your bunny money.
Like, no, sir, we don't have any money.
Well, then I'm going to have to bludgeon your little rabbit friend to death. But we're not going to bludgeon rabbits right now. We are going to get to work planting before I get too sidetracked. I think this area to the south here is going to be for trees, so I took the opportunity while I was running back to farm up some pine cones. And so let's go ahead and not drop those on the ground, but plant them. Now, I know that some people don't like doing this. Some people don't like planting trees near their base because it raises the probability that a tree guard will spawn. But if a tree guard spawns, I'll have the opportunity to show you guys a neat little mechanic where we can actually make the tree guard our friend. So we'll just plant all these trees down here. We'll give them a couple days to grow, and we should have a nice little tree farm so that we don't have to run around looking for trees anymore. The next thing on our itinerary is to plant some saplings, which I think I'm going to plant nice and orderly over here. So there we are. There's one sapling down. Hopefully it lets me plant more than one of these at a time. That would be a little frustrating if I couldn't plant more than one at a time. I'm going to plant them in little rows here. There we are. So now that we have those in rows, do I have any more? I do not. Fantastic. So now we're going to start planting our grass, which we're in the prairie biome, so planting the grass isn't as necessary as it would be in other biomes, but I do want to have a nice little grass supply planted, so I think I need to fertilize these though. So I'll take a look at that as a possibility once I get them planted. And that's going to actually require quite a bit of feces for us to fertilize, quite a bit of poo, but luckily we have crap-making machines next to us, so much so that beefaloes actually poop in their sleep. Hopefully I get the opportunity to show that to you guys, but that's a little-known fact. While they're in their sleep animation, they will still continue to just shit everywhere. That is what they do. They are proficient at it, and there is no way you can stop it, because you can't tell beefalo what to do. They're just going to do it either way. Now, I do feel that I don't really need this many grass crops. This is probably overdoing it on the grass end of the field, but oh well. We need room for our bunny hostages. So now that we have bunnies caught, and they actually made these traps last a lot longer, I'm kind of regretful that I made so many. But now that we have caught so many rabbits, I am going to show how you take them out. Basically, you just drop them on the ground, and they just lay there, and the time has come. I was gonna quote Indiana Jones, but I can't do it. I just feel terrible. Poor little guy. I'll keep all the corpses in a nice little pile. There we go. Now this is building up my naughtiness. There is a naughtiness. It's not a meter that's in-game necessarily, but if you kill too many living creatures, the game kind of has a naughtiness rating that it kind of subconsciously keeps for you, and a bunny is only worth 1 naughtiness, but once your naughtiness gets up to a certain level, you actually end up in a situation where there's a guy called Krampus, and he shows up and he starts stealing your items, and he looks like Satan. He's like a little naked Satan guy with like a chain backpack. He's kind of a douche. He comes in and he breaks your chests and steals your items. I don't have any chests right now. I'll show you how to set up a Krampus trap later so that we can actually, he drops the best backpack in the game so far. Now, I do need to plant my berry bushes now, so we're going to plant those next. And I think what I'm going to do with them, kind of looking for a nice little space where I can place them. is I suppose I will not left click, I will right click because I can handle this. And we need to fertilize these as well. There's 4 different phases with your berry bushes. They go from being pretty much dead to being fertilized, and then they go to being unripe, which means they have a couple berries on them. And after that, they become ripe, which means they're ready for you to pick them, obviously. Now, I am going to plant the rest of these, as many as possible anyways. I would like to have a nice supply of these berry bushes for the future. And I'll just put a few out here so it doesn't look completely symmetric. So it looks a little off, but not quite. There we go. So now we have our berry bushes planted, and that is the end of day 8. So night is coming. I'm going to make a fire. I explained this in the comments. Some people said, hey man, don't you know Willow makes a fire? If you didn't hear my explanation in the last episode, I know. It helps me keep the screen lit up a little bit better so that you guys can see what's going on at night, because it's kind of pitch black at night when you just use Willow's fire. And that right there is a fire. That is a fire that one can be proud of. And these trees are just sprouting up pretty rapidly. I'll probably take this opportunity. I think these need to be fertilized as well, maybe? Do these regrow on their own? Yeah, they don't need to be fertilized. I sometimes forget what needs to be fertilized and what doesn't. I am going to go ahead and fertilize some of these bushes, and as you can see, they spry up. They get kind of a pep in their step, and they are ready to go to start producing berries for us. And there we are. We've got them fertilized. I'm going to go see. I've got a couple seconds here, so I'm going to see if I can grab some extra fertilizer so that I can fertilize overnight. Hopefully we make it. Worst case scenario, Willow sets fires. As long as she's standing still in the darkness. So you can't be like moving around running. Now there's nighttime. Hopefully we make it. It's getting dark. I'm going to get greedy and see if I can grab that manure. All the beefaloes are going to sleep. And we made it. Fantastic. So I'm going to fertilize the rest of these bushes on day 8 so that we don't have to do it in the morning. There we are. So tons of our bushes are fertilized. Now we do need to fertilize the grass. I know for a fact we have to fertilize that before it'll start regrowing. That is one of the kind of downsides of the grass. I'm going to take these morsels and cook them up because we don't have any other food at the moment. There we are. And since our hunger is about halfway down, I'm going to eat those and get me kind of refilled back up, and then we'll deal with the food situation further. Jesus, Piggy, slow down. She's shoveling that stuff down. Now, you can, in a pinch, cook seeds and eat them. However, I don't think they restore that much hunger. Like, they restore, well, they restore some hunger, so they're kind of worth cooking up. And I have so many right now that I think I'm actually going to make myself some trail food, just in case for when we're traveling. Now, this last bunny here, he is quivering in my backpack. I have killed all of his friends, everything he held dear. His entire family has been murdered. He is now on a lifelong mission to destroy me. I'm going to keep him close in my backpack, and I'm going to name him Arnold. This is Arnold the bunny, and he'll remain in my backpack for the foreseeable future. We do have more traps down. However, I don't know how long it takes for a new bunny to come and occupy the hole. The hole is vacant for a little bit after you catch a bunny from it. So hopefully it will repopulate. Now, we do need to get some more tools going. Our pickaxe is kind of busted up. I'm going to make an opulent pickaxe, which it says breaks down rocks like a boss. So there we are. We have our opulent pickaxe now. And I'm thinking for tomorrow's itinerary, so for day 9... I'm kind of torn. I can either start repopulating this area with pigs, or I can start shaving beefaloes. And actually, I think shaving beefaloes may be a better idea because there's beefalo mating season, which most people don't know about. Beefalo mating season, basically their butts turn red, they get baboon butt, and the beefaloes become quite ornery. They start attacking you, they become a little frustrating. They won't chase you very far, you can get away from them. But in general, move, beefalo. I push you. This is a manly woman right here. Any woman that can push a buffalo out of the way. That's a woman you definitely do not want to make angry. You want to stay on her good side. You definitely do not critique the green bean casserole on Thanksgiving and then get made fun of in front of your whole family and beat up. But we can't shave them during the day. They get angry when you shave them during the day, so we're going to have to set up kind of an extra campfire over here at night, and they're going to fall asleep around it, and we're going to shave as many of them as possible. Because our base is so close to the herd, we run the risk that when they get into mating season, they may wander over here and attack us, and so we need to get a beefalo hat so that we can avoid getting eaten. The beefalo hat, I guess it makes them think you're one of them, but not to the extent to where they try and sex you. They don't try and make sexy time with you. They do just ignore you. That's really... The beefalo hat just makes them ignore you. So they do not try to make the sexy time with you while you are sleeping next to your fire. Because Willow's a small girl, I don't think she can handle a beefalo. I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy shit on the internet, but I'm going to leave that diatribe there and just let you imagine where it's going. I'm going to let you use your head noodle and just see the hills over which I'm going to cross to get to the humor there, and I'm assuming you're just going to fill in the blanks on your own. Over here, we've got to go 2 islands. I keep thinking the Badlands is actually like neighboring us, and I'm going to grab what twigs there are while I'm running past, because we are not twig wanting, but we're not really twig deficient either. I mean, we have enough twigs to get by for a little bit, and our nice little twiggy farm back there should be producing. I haven't named the base camp. I'm probably going to name it, let me think of something goofy here. I'm going to call it Base Camp Zugak. So that's going to be our first base camp, and I may have a number of them all around the map, each one with kind of a different function. This is going to be our general purpose kind of refuel, stop up, get all of our supplies together, and survive camp. I haven't decided. I may put a camp up next to the Pig King. It seems a little cheesy, though. A lot of people like to set up their camps next to the Pig King because it's efficient. You can get tons of gold nuggets from the Pig King just by taking him stuff that you find around. You can either feed him meat, like that guy, he is definitely, he's a bit of a glutton. I mean, he's let his weight get a little out of control. Right now I'm just farming for gold, just to kind of let you know what my plan is. But yeah, he's a bit of a gourmand, he's a bit of a glutton, he is definitely breaking some deadly sins, but we love him all the same because he has gold. I mean, and who doesn't love a rich guy? I mean, haters can hate, but at the end of the day, if you got pockets full of gold, be as fat as you want. Now, some of these mines are going to get out of our way. And mines are one of the few things in the game that are not a renewable resource. You cannot get more of them. They do not regrow. They kind of stay where they are until you break them down, and once they're gone, they're gone. So in the late game, you can definitely run into stone problems. So if you're going to sacrifice something to your science engine, which I realize I haven't built one yet, but when you sacrifice things to your science engine, you generally don't want them to be stone-based because you can't get more stone. You can, for example, get more trees. You can make all kinds of lumber and things to sacrifice. That's fine. That's a renewable resource that you can't run out of. But rocks you generally want to make a stockpile of. And no, I don't want to mess with the tall bird just yet. I am going to steal his children soon. So shh, don't tell the tall bird. But down the line, I'm going to steal his children. And we're going to make ourselves an army of tall bird children. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to name every last one of them. They're going to wear little collars. It's going to be adorable. I'm going to pet them like crazy. They're just going to be showered with pets. That's what's going to happen. So, you know, you can get on board or you can go out the airlock, but I am going to have a giant fleet of small birds, which are the tall birds' babies. Now, I think that's about all we're going to have the opportunity to get back together during this cycle. I am going to head, let's see here. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I don't want to go south. There's not a whole lot of things right now. I feel like we have a really good supply of stuff going on right here. So I think I'm just going to head back to base camp, and if we don't make it, we don't make it. We have about maybe 3 minutes to get back to base camp. I doubt that I'll make it all the way across the map by then, but we may. I'm going to play it kind of close to the chest. Worst case is we build ourselves a little fire. We kind of have a little cookout, and we settle the episode there. Now I am going to test out and see how much hunger these seeds restore. I'm at 94. Oh wow, those actually give a decent amount. I actually remember seeds not giving that much, so maybe it caught a buff in a recent patch. I remember seeds being kind of worthless when you ate them, but maybe I'm mixing up seeds with flower petals. In any case, those roasted seeds are actually fantastic. Those roasted seeds are really going to get some mileage, and they don't really spoil either. It's been an entire day, and they only have a tiny sliver gone, so I may just make a huge supply of those. I just carry those around with me as trail food, because you really only need so many seeds while you're back at your camp. I mean, we're only going to plant, I'm probably going to build like 4 turbo plots. I'll probably build like 2 more, maybe, but the turbo plots are kind of just for food here and there. We do need to make a crock pot. The crock pot is next on our kind of list of things to do, because the crock pot is going to make you super awesome food. It supplies you with food that restores ridiculous amounts of hunger, and just really that's the food we want to get going. Now, we haven't found any mandrakes or anything yet. They are fun to play around with. Mandrakes have a number of uses, which I'll go over once we actually find one, but for now, I'm just going to keep trucking and see if I can get back to my base camp before dark, and in the next episode, we will shave some buffaloes. There we are. Grab those seeds, and it looks like we're going to make it just in the nick of time back to our base camp, which is straight south of us. I don't want to overshoot it and end up in the dark with the grue. There we are. We made it, guys. So thank you for joining me. My name is Splattercat. This has been our LP of Don't Starve, in case you missed it in the beginning or you haven't watched the other episodes. Thank you for joining me. If you do enjoy the videos, feel free to like and to sub. Christ. There we go. That was a close one. I was clicking randomly everywhere, just trying to build up my fire, and it wouldn't let me. I think there's a glitch right now. I'm going to make a torch real quick. There we go. Whew. Terrifying. Terrifying. There we go. Now, as I was saying, if you enjoy the videos, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. The likes are particularly important. They help me get forward on the search engine, and I will see you guys next time. Take care out there.